Yes, I'm adding this into my video. And as I said, this is about my dream that I had, 17 days. And from the 30th right here, I want to get something. I made 2 mistakes in my video. God bless you all. I made 2 mistakes in my video. And instead of redoing a 40-minute video or trying to splice it, I'm going to talk about them now. At the end of my video, I said 2 days. I meant 7 days, okay? This could have been my 7-day warning, which was here. There's 2 groups that leave, the bride and those that are waiting for Jesus to return from the wedding. As I have said in my videos for over 2 years, I will be returning in 10 days. 10 days, this would be 7 days from here, and then 10 days would be here. This would be the second group. So the first group, the bride, Jesus returns from the wedding right here. This is 2 different departures. As my dream, there was 2 women in my dream, and one of them said 17 days, as I explain in here. She will be dead in 17 days. And that would be here. So there would be 2 groups here. One will be taken, one will be left. And then this would be the second group. This would be Daniel chapter 12. It's Daniel chapter 12. I made that mistake. Many shall shine and bring many to righteousness. Another mistake I made. So this is the two times right here I'm watching. This time right here, and then this time right here. Okay. This would be 17 days from the 30th when I explained this in this video. The other thing I said, the Torah, Jesus, I show in this video, Jesus was fulfilling the Torah, the Old Testament. And that's in Exodus chapter 40. I said Talmud. I do not say Talmud. Okay, I made a mistake. So that's why I'm correcting it here. I don't agree with the Talmud, okay? It's the Torah, which is the Old Testament. I said Talmud. I got rolling, and as I did at the end of my video, I misspoke. So I want to explain that. Then I saw my brother Wally, and I was just going to add this to my video, but Wally had this because this right here is exactly what I was going to put in.
By the Japanese against Pearl Harbor,
He did a great job.
7th, which
great
is
job, brother.
3 days from now. And May the 4th, there is a total solar eclipse. And it's only like a couple minutes long. It won't be seen anywhere but I think South America and Antarctica, which is very interesting also. So we have the war on Christmas, which was here we got with Trump. The War on Christmas by Obama. We have the attack Pearl Harbor, December the 7th, 1941. And look here, is a solar eclipse, December 4th. And we have the comet, Comet Leonard is coming in on the 12th. Look at all these things coming, boom, 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 boom. And then we have an asteroid, which is 3 times as tall as the Empire State Building, wobbling to Earth. And this is coming on the 17th. And here it is, December 3rd, 4th. Here are pictures of it. I'll leave also a link to this article as well. So,
so I don't have to say this. Wally already did. And he said the 17th, which is very interesting. The 4th, the 7th, which was Pearl Harbor, the same time, winning the war on Christmas. I already had videos on the fact that Obama winning the war in Iraq, that had to happen the 23rd, which I already talked about that. And then Don't Ask, Don't Tell, that was in one of my other videos too. Thank you, Wally. So Wally did it right here in this video. So thank you, Wally. He added to the puzzle. And I appreciate it. That way I don't have to go over it. But I want to bring that to your attention as the mistakes I made in this. Jesus was filling the Old Testament, okay, the Torah and he was fulfilling it. I show that in this video. Plus, I have my dream. God bless you all, and I will add this in. It's going to be a long video, but like I said, I did make a couple mistakes. I want to go back and make sure. I don't agree with the Talmud, okay? And I messed up. It's the Torah, and I messed up. So it's the Torah and it's the Old Testament. Same thing. It's the same thing. I should have just said Old Testament, but God bless you all. I hope you're all doing well, and I wanted to make that up. All these things happening right now in my dream. God bless. Yes, how's everybody doing? I hope you're all doing well. God bless you all. And I've tried to make this a couple times, and it's going to be a very meaty video. Here's the date right here. As I said in this video right here, I had a dream, and I was told 17 days. 11:30. 11:30, 17 days would be right here. Okay? 11:30 would be right here. Also, too, at the end of this video, I'll show my videos from last year at this time. A betrothal is a year, roughly a year in a Jewish wedding. You're betrothed first, the process, and then it's a year before the marriage happens. And I will show that. I set this. This lines up with my dreams from last year, and I will go over that. So on the 30th, 17 days, right here, and I will go over my dream right now. Now, show this right here. My dream, just like my dream last year, and I will go over that at the end of this, they get my attention, okay? They get my attention. And as Pharaoh's dream right here was, there were seven fat calves, good calves, and there was 7 sickly cows. And the 7 good cows, fat calves, got eaten by the 7 sickly calves. And Pharaoh was it got his attention, okay? And it got his attention. And then, of course, Joseph interpreted his dream. So, I will go over my dream right now. It was on the 30th, as I stated, which is right here. 17 days would be right here. Well, my dream started, which it was short, and I woke up, and the word I got, and what I got was it out of it was purification, purification. And so I was in the dream, and I woke up like I woke up, but I was still in my dream. Which I believe that means is that it means a period of time. Because when you're dreaming and you wake up from a dream in your dream, it means a period of time. And I turned on my light and there was no power. That's the first thing that happened. Then I went out of my room in my living room, and there was 2 women. And they were standing next to each other. It was a mother and a daughter, and I know these people. The mother said to me, she will be dead in 17 days. The daughter didn't say that. They were both dressed in off-white. And then they both, I believe this is two. I believe it's two. In other words, there's two departures, and I will say that in my next, I'll show that in the next part of my video, but they were both standing there in like I said, the mother told me that she would be dead in 17 days. And then they both started menstruating right in front of me. Badly. Okay. Then I woke up in the first thing that came to my mind was purification, which, like I said, God works this way to get your attention, to do things, to show you something. Well, if you know anything about purification, it's a cleansing, it's a purifying, it's a purification, it's purifying. Well, of course, the first thing I did is went to this in the Bible. There's only one place in the Bible Jesus talked about purifying, and it was Passover. The Jews' Passover was nigh at hand, and many went out of the country up to Jerusalem before Passover to purify themselves. Okay. This is before Jesus died, and I will go over all this. I will go over John 11. I will go over John 12. And I will go over John 13. And this is also Exodus 40. And I will go over this. These are all the Bible verses right here. You can go over them. It's also in Titus. It talks about the peculiar people, which we are the peculiar people. And I know where I came from. I already know. And this is also chosen. I will go over this. This is the group that was with Jesus in Revelation 17:4. It says they overcame him because he is Lord of lords and King of kings. They are called chosen and faithful. We overcame him because we were purified by his blood. This is also in Matthew. Many are called, few are chosen. Right here. There's two groups. I believe the two women that were menstruating, they both menstruated. The mother said she would be dead in 17 days. The second one didn't say that. I think that's also revolving around. If you go to right here, Revelation 17, right here, if you go right here, these that are with him were chosen, okay? Okay. If you go to the full chapter, so we are with Jesus. The second group, which is the second woman, the daughter, which I believe, she didn't say that. She didn't say that. It says, I heard a voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, so you don't partake in their sins in her plagues. This is the second group. This is also Daniel chapter 12, as I have stated before. So, see, where am I going to go next? Right here. This is also in John. You say that there's 4 months to cometh the harvest. Look up your eyes in the fields, for they are white and ready for harvest. This purification process only happens on Passover, and I will go over that in my video. If you go back from Passover, I went 120 days because that's a 30 month. That comes to the same time as my dream. Now, I am watching right here 3 days. On the third day, we will be perfected. Okay, the third day. The third day is when Jesus rose. Okay. So I'm watching this time frame right here, the 15th right in here. Okay. Because if you know, the first fruit's on the 13th, third day. So this right here, when it talks about to the harvest, this could be, I did do the calculations. But from the 30th, or back, I did it backwards from Passover, which it just happens to be the same time frame. The third day would be the 18th. So I'm looking at this time frame, the 15th to the 18th. This time frame. The third day, Jesus died on this day. He was perfected on the third day. So this right here, there's 4 months to harvest. Harvest is when you resurrect. I showed you this. I showed you purify, and I will go over this in the Bible. And this is also Exodus 40, which I'm going to start out the next part of my video in Exodus 40, and I will show you the similarities and what Jesus was doing. And I will go over your instructions. Jesus instructed his disciples. Exodus 40, I will play this in the first part of my video. I'll probably go over some other stuff first before I go over this. So you calculate 4 months back, it comes to this, and as I said, to the 18th. Women's purification, which, as I get from my dream, she said she was going to be dead in 17 days. She was going to be dead in 17 days. I believe, and then she started menstruating. It's purification and then death. Jesus did this with his disciples, okay? And I will show it. He washed their feet. What that means is purifying them. He even said, now you're clean, okay? We will be cleaned by Jesus' blood, okay? And this happens in the Bible, Exodus 40, and I'm going to play it. This happens at Passover. Okay. Exodus 40, this is Moses and Aaron. And then he was anointed with oil. His disciples, Jesus was anointed with oil. His disciples were anointed with water, feet. Same thing as right here. This is at Passover. So, I told you about my dream, and I will go over everything, and I'm going to be thorough. God bless. Yes, there's 3 parts to my video, and as I said, the lady said 17 days and she would be dead, and then she started menstruating, as I said, which is a purification before death. As I said, Revelation 17, this is the group I'm looking at. This is us. We are following the instructions. We are chosen. We are called. Many are called, few are chosen. We are the faithful. Okay, now I'm going to go over what after purification, and I looked at it in the Bible, what I believe the Lord was leading me to. All praise and honor go to the Father and the Son. I love the Father, I love the Son, and all glory goes to them. There's nothing here that I need. Anyway, I'm going to go over it. This is John 11. It says, the Jews' Passover was nigh at hand, and many went out of the country up to Jerusalem before Passover to purify themselves. This is only one time a year. This is at Passover. Now, if you do the full chapter, you can do this for yourself. This is when Lazarus was raised from the dead. This is when Lazarus was raised from the dead. And then it says down here, they went out to Jerusalem, and they were going to Jerusalem to purify themselves because Passover was nigh at hand. Okay? Passover is nigh at hand. This is when you get purified. Okay? Oh, and I will show you. There's instructions to follow. So, they were on their way to Jerusalem to get purified. What's the next thing that happened? John chapter 12. This is when Jesus got anointed with oil. It says right here, John chapter 12. Jesus was anointed with oil. Anointed the feet of Jesus. This happens at Passover, and I will show you this. This is also us. Many are called, few are chosen. The same process. We are covered by the blood of Jesus. Right here. Those that with him were called chosen and faithful. Right here. We will go out and be part of the harvest. This is also in Daniel chapter 12. I went over this many of times. It says in Daniel, those that will shine and bring many to righteousness. They are chosen. So you got John chapter 12. Jesus was anointed with oil. Right here. He was anointed with oil. Okay. His feet. You go to John chapter 13. John 13. What is this? This is Passover. What did Jesus say? You have to follow the instructions. Jesus said, Peter said unto him, thou shalt never wash my feet. And then Jesus answered him, if I not wash your feet, thou hast no part of me. In other words, Jesus was saying, unless I anoint your feet, you cannot be my disciple. Jesus said, you have to Jesus was telling him here, forget it. If I can't wash your feet, you're not my disciple. You have to follow the instructions. We are following the instructions. These people that say the Old Testament, the Torah, Torah, the Old Testament, the Talmud doesn't matter to us, they are wrong. You have to follow the instructions. You won't be chosen if you don't follow the instructions. Jesus was telling Peter, you don't follow the instructions, you cannot be one of my disciples. And then what did Peter say to him? Look it, he changed his attitude. Not my feet, but my whole hands and body and head. Wash them. Yes, wash me all. You know, I want to be part of you. Okay? If you this also tells you that these people that say that you don't have to do anything, you know, you're saved by the blood, you don't have to do nothing. No, you have to follow the instructions. He even told Peter this. You have to follow my instructions. So it says right here, he washed needeth not save to wash his feet, but to clean every whit. And ye are clean, but not all. He was talking about Judas. Judas was not clean. That's why this whole process right here, this also shows Judas was one of the 12. These are also a representation, I believe, that will be turned over to Satan. Okay, that's what I believe. This is also it has more meaning than just Judas. There's a part of the body that's going to be turned over to Satan. Now, I believe that's this, but you have to be clean. It says clean. It's clean. Okay. Also, too, we are clean. We will bring in the harvest. We are clean. We will bring in the harvest, and I will show this. This is in Exodus 40. So, in other words, for review, for you people, some people say I'm redundant. Right here, and you can do this for yourself, as I just showed. In 11, John 11, they were going to Jerusalem to be purified. You go to John chapter 12, Jesus was anointed. He's our king. His feet, he was anointed. John chapter 13, they were washed with water and they are clean. Also, this is following the instructions. Okay. Now for us, this is a bonus. Jesus gave us instructions. These are instructions, and this is Luke 14. But if a man come to me and hate his father and mother and wife and children, in other words, this is love everyone, love your family members, and cannot be my disciple. And whoever does not carry his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. This is his instructions. And then he talks about, and I have said this before, this is in Luke 14, it says, what king don't go to war and not have, this is us. This is also in Revelation 17. They that were with him were faithful and true, but we have to be cleansed. We have to be anointed. We got to be called. Then, as it says right here, this is Luke 14.
And there went great multitudes with him.
There you go. Great multitudes with him. Luke 14. Right here. This is the video. This is the same thing as Revelations right here. Even talks about multitudes. I'm not going to get off track. You can watch this, but he gives you the instructions right here. You have to follow the instructions, just as I showed you in right here. He gave Peter, if you don't do what I say and I don't wash your feet, you can't be my disciple. Now, let's go to, people say that the Old Testament doesn't matter. So, you have this process, and I've done it again. Some people say a lot of stuff, but I don't really care. It says they were going to Passover to be purified. Jesus was anointed with oil on his feet. And then in 13, Jesus washed the feet of his disciples and said, unless you are clean. Now, we'll go to Exodus 40. What does it say?
Exodus 40. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, on the first day of the first month shalt thou set up the tabernacle of the tent of the congregation, and thou shalt put therein the ark of the testimony, and cover the ark with a veil. And thou shalt bring in the table, and set in order the things that are to be set in order upon it. And thou shalt bring in the candlestick, and light the lamps thereof. And thou shalt set the altar of gold for the incense before the ark of the testimony, and put the hanging of the door to the tabernacle. And thou shalt set the altar of the burnt offering before the door of the tabernacle of the tent of the congregation. And thou shalt set the laver between the tent of the congregation and the altar, and shalt put water therein. And thou shalt set up the court round about, and hang up the hanging at the court gate. And thou shalt take the anointing oil, and anoint the tabernacle, and all that is therein.
There you go. The oil's anointed. Anointed, that was Jesus. And all therein. Jesus is our high priest. He's our Levite. He's our king. He's anointed with oil. Okay? He's holy. He's anointed with oil.
And shalt hallow it in all the vessels thereof, and it shall be holy. And thou shalt anoint the altar of the burnt offering and all his vessels, and sanctify the altar, and it shall be an altar most holy. And thou shalt anoint the laver and his foot, and sanctify it.
There you go.
And thou shalt bring Aaron and his sons unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and wash them with water.
There you go. Water, oil, and water. The servants, the high priest is anointed with oil. The servants are anointed with water by the feet. And
thou shalt put upon Aaron the holy garments, and anoint him, and sanctify him, that he may minister unto me in the priest's office. And thou shalt bring his sons, and clothe them with coats. And thou shalt anoint them, as thou didst anoint their father, that they may minister unto me in the priest's office. For their anointing shall surely be an everlasting priesthood throughout their generations. Thus did Moses. According to all that the Lord commanded him, so did he. And it came to pass in the first month, in the second year, on the first day of the month, that the tabernacle was reared up. And Moses reared up the tabernacle, and fastened his sockets, and set up the boards thereof, and put in the bars thereof, and reared up his pillars. And he spread abroad the tent over the tabernacle, and put the covering of the tent above upon it, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he took and put the testimony into the ark, and set the staves on the ark, and put the mercy seat above upon the ark. And he brought the ark into the tabernacle, and set up the veil of the covering, and covered the ark of the testimony, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he put the table in the tent of the congregation upon the side of the tabernacle northward without the veil. And he set the bread in order upon it before the Lord, as the Lord had commanded Moses. And he put the candlestick in the tent of the congregation over against the table on the side of the tabernacle southward. And he lighted the lamps before the Lord, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he put the golden altar in the tent of the congregation before the veil. And he burnt sweet incense thereon, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he set up the hanging at the door of the tabernacle. And he put the altar of burnt offering by the door of the tabernacle of the tent of the congregation, and offered upon it the burnt offering and the meat offering, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he set the laver between the tent of the congregation and the altar, and put water there to wash withal. And Moses and Aaron and his sons washed their hands and their feet there.
There you go, because they were purified. They were made clean.
When they went into the tent of the congregation, and when they came near unto the altar, they washed, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he reared up the court round about the tabernacle and the altar, and set up the hanging of the court gate. So Moses finished the work.
So, I believe this same process is going to happen again, and this is that's why in Revelation 17 there's only few and they're chosen. This is the chosen ones, and then they will go out, as it says in Daniel chapter 11. It says, and many will shine and bring many to righteousness. This is the process of the harvest. And Jesus, as I showed you in John 13, Jesus said right here, this is the same process that happened. Jesus said, if you don't wash your feet, says right here, Peter said unto him, Wash my feet. If I wash thee not, thou hast no part of me. He is unclean. And then down here he says, Yea, ye are clean, but not all. He was talking about Judas right here. So they couldn't go out and do their work unless they were purified and clean. As I showed you right here, purified. Purified right here. It says right here in 11, 7 days shall they purify the altar, purify it right here. John, right here, Titus, who gave himself for us that he might redeem us from our iniquity and purify unto him particular people. This is us. I know where I came from. The Jews' Passover was nigh at hand, and many went out of the country up to Jerusalem before Passover and purified themselves. This is a process. This is a process of redemption. This is a process what's going to happen. Then as the Levites were set out to the Levites would set out and minister to people and purify them. This was a whole process. It talks about in Exodus, it says that the judge the people at all seasons. It happens with the Levites, and then they go out and they, like I said, this is the whole process. And like I said, this is from my dream, purification and then death. So that's why I'm looking at the 17th. I got another part. This is the meat of my video, and it's roughly 17 minutes. And God bless. I'm going to add this to the other part. God bless. Yes, as I said, there's instructions to be followed. I believe right here that just as it says in Exodus 40, they could tabernacle with God when they were purified. They could come into the temple when they were purified, wash their feet as the holy priest, as the high priest, which is Jesus, was anointed with oil. It says, you do not know us now, but you shall know thereafter. I believe that these people that were chosen, as it talks here, they could go in the tabernacle, they could communicate with God because they were clean. This is just like Daniel. Daniel, from the moment you chastened yourself before the Lord, your words were heard. This is the same thing. Your words are heard. Okay? He was talking about the Holy Spirit here, I believe, right here. But he said, if I don't wash your feet, it says, hey, I have no part of me, right here. Unless you are clean, you will be purified. The chosen, as I said, that's in Matthew 22. Many are called, few are chosen. It says then Peter said, wash me all. And then it says right here, the only one that was unclean was Judas, which was right here. But you're clean, okay? I showed you purify right here. Also, too, I saw this the other day, and I wanted to add this in. He talks about the wedding supper. I don't care if you don't like these guys or not. They do know their Bible. And he says it just like I did. I've been saying this.
There's only a remnant. I don't believe the whole body is going to be taken out, but only a remnant.
Okay.
Because just like Adam and Eve, the whole body of Adam didn't become the wife. Only a rib became the wife. And so I believe the whole body of Christ doesn't get to make it to the wedding.
Right.
But they get to come after. Look at Luke 12. This will blow you away. Most people don't ever see this. But if you go to the Gospel of Luke.
I did. I've been saying this for 3 years. The Lord showed me people that were left behind, family members.
And they go to chapter 12. Let me go there.
And as you're talking about this, Pastor, folks, listen to this. When he says this, that Jesus said, pray that you be worthy to escape the hour of temptation.
That's what I've been saying for 3 years. Pray always. Follow the instructions. Do as Jesus told you. Be a disciple. Carry your cross and come after him.
that's coming upon the world, okay? Many are called, few are chosen. There's scriptures that back that rib theory of just the remnant being taken, the bride being taken, and the rest of the body coming later. Go ahead. Luke 12.
10 days.
Well,
10
the reason
days.
why, look at Luke 12, verse 35. This is the men's version of the foolish virgins with the lamps. And now he's speaking to men. And look at, read Luke 12, verse 35 and 36.
All right. It says, let your loins be girded about and your lights burning, and ye yourself.
That's what I showed you. It says in, as I just showed you about Passover.
Like unto men that
loins girded. That's in Luke 14. Luke 14, read it for yourself. I gave you the passage, Luke 14.
Wait for their Lord, when he will return from the wedding, that when he cometh and knocketh, they may open unto him immediately.
It's when he returns from the wedding. They aren't at the wedding. It's after the wedding, and now he comes, and this time they better open immediately.
So
they missed
the
wedding.
So you're saying the bride goes first, and then the men come after.
That's Luke 17, or Revelation 17, as I said. 17, Revelation 17.
Well, it's going to be the remnant.
Remnant, right.
It's
the remnant.
That's right. The bride is going to be taken, and then when he returns from the wedding, if they're ready this time when he knocks, and they open immediately, then they will, be taken.
It's their turn. And isn't that kind of match what it says in Revelation when he said, I saw... there's 12,000, 144,000, right? And who are these? Well, these are those that have come out of, have come out of tribulation. And then he said, but who are these? I saw a number, an omega number coming down from God out of heaven. He said, well, these are they who have come out of great tribulation, who've had their robes made white in the blood of the Lamb.
Exactly.
So you're saying we got some, and I got...
Jesus chooses his bride. This is the end of my video. This also goes with my dream from last year. I had a dream about Trump the tree being chopped down. That is, would be a year warning, which it just happened that if you go back to my videos, a year ago, I said that I published my video on December 24th, and I said a week before this, I had a dream about Trump falling off. That would be my year warning. Also, too, I had a dream, and I'm not going to go over it. I'm not going to have this long. It's in my playlist. It's Matthew 24:10. I had when I woke up, it was Matthew 24:10. It talks about the bride and the bridegroom. And a bride is chosen a year before the wedding. And that's the message I got when I woke up. It's the betrothal process, and then a year later. So it's all lining up with this time right now, which would be the 17th, the week of the 17th, which would be 4 months to harvest, as I showed in the beginning of my video. It's around the 15th to the 18th. And I showed you there's only one time in Exodus 40, which is the last chapter of Exodus 40, there's only one time that the purification process goes through, and that's at Passover, the first month, as it states in Exodus 40. God bless you all. I hope you're all doing well, and as we wait, yes, could be 7 days warning, and then the 17th. So I am still watching the 7th, because there is two groups and they go 2 days later. The second one could be here. So I am still watching the 7th and the 17th. Those are the 2 days, or this time period. 7 would be 7 days, and then this time period right here from the 15th to the 18th. So yes, it's roughly this time period. That's what I'm watching. I gave you the information, and God bless you all.